Hi, welcome to Best Vinyl's instructional series detailing the installation procedures of our vinyl fence products. I'm Brandon Jensen, and today we'll be installing our privacy vinyl fence. By now, you've already purchased your fence from us and it's been delivered to your project. Today we're interested in the posts. But before we begin the work, there's two things we need to consider. One, identify your property lines, and two, know your legal boundaries. About 3 days prior to starting the installation of your fence, you must call your local utility marking service and mark the utilities on and near your property. In Utah, yellow marks gas lines, orange marks telephone and cable, and red marks electric. It is important to remember you are responsible for any utility damage. Now, of course, before installing your posts, you'll need to know where to place them, which means you'll need to locate your property lines. This shouldn't be too difficult, as most boundaries are set by a marker near the street, typically on the curb, and in the rear yard, a survey stake. If you don't have a definitive way of knowing your property boundaries, it may be necessary to call a survey engineer and have the boundaries marked. Also, keep in mind, it's important to understand and follow all the codes and regulations of the city you reside in. So if required, go to your local city offices, pick up a permit, and let's get started. To start, you'll want to line out where you want to install the posts. For this, you'll need stakes, a hammer, and enough string for the linear footage of your fence. Keep in mind, you'll want to put a post at your property markers, so place the stake 3 or so feet beyond the survey marker. This process is simple. Place a stake at each of the property markers we discussed earlier and drive the stake using the hammer. Attach your strings and line out. Pull the string tight. This double knot is good for this. Repeat this step wherever you need a fence line. Next, we'll mark out. Using a can of inverted marking paint, place a line at each post location. For our example, we begin with a post set against the house. This is a gate post. A general rule when setting gate posts is to make the rough opening 7 inches larger than the gate size. In this case, our next gate post is set at 12 feet 7 inches. Now finish marking the line on the center spacing your fence requires. Well, we've put it off long enough and it's time to get to work. Of course, for this next step, we'll need a post hole digger and a digging bar. You can always visit your local rental supply for a 2-man auger or a skid steer with auger attachment. However, we like to go a different route. Take it away, Chad. Whatever method you choose, it's important to remember 2/3 of the hole is dug on the side of the string you want your fence to be on. This is done so you can level your post to the string, leaving plenty of room for concrete all around the post. When you have dug all the holes you can the easy way, there are always a few that still need to be dug the good old-fashioned way, using a little elbow grease. Some holes that require hand dig are any that are within 2.5 feet of utility markers. Some lessons we at Best Vinyl have learned are to use the point of the dig bar to loosen the soil and rocks, making it easier to remove with the post hole digger. You are also less likely to cut a utility line with a dig bar point, which is important as it can cost hundreds and even thousands of dollars to repair. Continue to clear all the holes, even the ones that have been mechanically dug. Make sure they have a depth of at least 2 feet, 3 feet for any gate post. The holes must allow the post to level against the string, leaving plenty of room for concrete all around. For vinyl posts, be sure you have the properly routed posts for the corners, lines, and gates. Well, it's taken some doing, but the holes are prepared and we're ready for concrete, the next step. For this, all we need is a cement mixer and a method for getting the mix to the holes. Whatever method you choose to mix your concrete, it's been our experience that each well-dug hole hole requires 2.5 80-pound bags of post mix, which can be purchased at your local home improvement center. Take it away, Chad. When your mix is ready, transport it to the line and begin placing it in the holes. One of the better techniques for installing vinyl posts is to throw a few shelves of concrete in the hole and press the posts into the cement. Level to the string and fill the hole the rest of the way. Repeat this process down the line, keeping an eye on your fence post spacing. We're on the home stretch, the posts are cemented in, and it's time to side them in. The most common method is to use a string to stretch between 2 points on the fence line you wish to be straight. Remember, vinyl fences look best sided in straight, sharp lines, so whenever possible, it's a good idea to do so. Once you've achieved the look you want, you'll need to level to the eye to eyes and adjust the fence into a good straight line. Your fence is a permanent structure, while your landscape can more generally be manipulated to fill in below bottom rails or dig through small rises so your fence can look and function at its best. Remember, a string across the top of the post will accomplish the same results. At this time, we'll take a few moments to discuss gate posts. With your order, you'll notice 2 galvanized lengths of metal. The thicker L-shaped is a gate post insert, or called GPI. This will be inserted into the hinge post. The Z-shaped, or called Z-metal, is for the latch post. Our Z-metal is placed inside the latch post in this position to accommodate the latch. For this project, our gate swing is in this direction. Our GPI is inserted into the hinge post in this manner to accommodate our gate swing. These metal inserts provide the strength and stability needed for your gates. Fill the hole with cement part way and slide the end post over the metal. We recommend that you later use a cup to fill the inside of the gate post with concrete to the bottom of the rail route. Repeat this process for the other gate posts. Finally, it's good to remember that gates hang and swing best when placed at plumb. However, if your terrain won't allow this, we can build you a custom angled gate. Congratulations! With a little hard work and some good fortune, you've just finished installing a lasting structure around your home that's not only a great investment, but thanks to you, looks great too. I'm Brandon Jensen. Thanks for joining us.